in Fort Lauderdale, Florida for years, the Jungle Queen riverboat adventure. The attraction's been operating since 1935. Located just across the southern point of Fort Lauderdale Beach on the Intracoastal side. It first started off as just a small booth on the beach. Today, they offer 90-minute sightseeing cruises, a 3-hour afternoon cruise with a show of their private island, and even dinner cruises. We took a 3-hour sightseeing and island stop adventure. Be sure to get to the box office an hour or so before your departure time if you want to get a good seat by the sides to enjoy the views. We decided to sit in the upper level. For parking, Jungle Queen has an arrangement with Bahia Mar Hotel where you only pay $7 for the parking if on a cruise. Cheaper than the regular parking meters and is close to the venue. Most of the cruise highlights the houses of the rich and famous along the canals, heading towards the island around Fort Lauderdale and Marina Mile. The animated tour is a mix of history, gossip, and cheesy jokes to keep it light. After an hour, the island stop allows you to see a number of caged monkeys and exotic birds. We were told these are rescued, by the way. There are some concessions on the island for fast food and souvenirs. But the nicest experience is a little southern hospitality on this all-you-can-eat barbecue ribs, chicken and shrimp dinner served family style with all trimmings. We finally start the tour, and here's Captain Chris to entertain us during the ride to the island.
Myself, guys, I'm Captain Chris, I'll be your tour guide and narrator this evening. And the most important crew members we have are your bartenders, Gina and Ted. Sounds like some of you guys already met Gina and Ted. So, Bahia Mar Yachting Center is one of the more well-known, most frequented yachting centers in the entire world. At any point in time, you can find about $1 billion worth of yachts over there on the right. Now, for the most part, you're never going to see any of these yacht owners on their yachts here in Fort Lauderdale. If these yacht owners are going to take their boat out on a trip, they'll call up the captain and the crew, have them deliver the yacht down to the Bahamas or the islands, somewhere where the water's clear and blue. They will then fly down there, enjoy that yacht, and then fly back to wherever it is that they live. The yacht will come back here for storage and maintenance. That house belongs to a gentleman by the name of Roger Wittenberg, founder of Ladies of America Fitness, the health club chain there on the left side. Also coming up on the left there, White House on the corner. That house was part of the largest residential real estate deal ever done in Broward County history. That house, $26.5 million. The house on the other side, which you can't see right now, was $14.5 million. One person bought both properties combined $41 million. The most interesting part of that story is that they didn't even like that house. When they bought it, it didn't look anything like that. It was painted yellow. There was orange barrel tiles on the roof, archways between the columns, kind of a Mediterranean design home. It then took 2 years and transformed it into that white Key West style home you see there on the left now. So $26.5 million on a house that they considered a 2-year renovation project. Where you see that water taxi. That's the Intracoastal waterway. Longest inland navigable body of water in the entire world. That connects southern New Jersey all the way to Texas. So if we're taking a left there, probably about 3 hours from now, we'd make it down to Bayside Marketplace in Miami. About 4 hours after that, to the party town of Key West, Margaritaville down there. What these channel markers are telling you is a pretty important piece of information to have. Right here where we are, in the center of the channel, there's 15 feet of water beneath the bottom of the boat and the sand below. Now that's a Florida concrete alligator. He hasn't moved in a while. Anyway, the guy who used to own that house obviously liked to put alligators on his seawall, but he also used to put them on t-shirts as well. Rene Lacoste eyes all Lacoste sports on the right side. That home belongs to the largest drug dealer anywhere around here. And you guys probably all been to him too. The Walgreens family. Walgreens drugstores over there on the left side. Across from them on the right side, raised up seawall that marks the start of what we call Wayne's World here in Fort Lauderdale. Our local billionaire, Wayne Huizinga, used to own a lot of the properties here in this part of the river, had various family members living in them throughout the course of those years. The one on the right for sale, Montana Peninsula, Wayne had his sister Bonnie living in that place for a while. Now his sister lent him $5,000 a long time ago. He took that $5,000 and bought a single dump truck. He was able to scale that one dump truck into his first Fortune 500 company, Waste Management. In history to take 3 companies from startup to Fortune 500 status. He was also a major player in the professional sport team markets in South Florida as well. So he's got the Dolphin statue there in the backyard. He was at one time the sole owner of the Miami Dolphins football team, also the founding owner of both the Florida Marlins baseball team and the Florida Panthers hockey team. Now, even after he sold the Miami Dolphins, he remained a huge fan of the team. In fact, he would invite the entire Miami Dolphins organization over to that house for the largest party that he threw there every year, which was the Super Bowl party. And the Miami Dolphins never missed a single Super Bowl party at Mr. Huizinga's place. Now, unfortunately, Mr. H passed away here about a year ago. But he'd always, when he was alive, always sit right out here in these chairs and wave to the Jungle Queen. Very friendly guy. He was also a very philanthropic gentleman as well. Gave a lot of money to various causes here in this area. Colleges, universities, art museums, performing arts centers, things like that. Very community-oriented guy. Somebody who will be missed here a great deal for sure. Huizinga property I can tell you about. It's directly in front of the boat right now. It'll be coming down the left side of the boat as we make this next turn in the river. Now, Wayne hired the architects of the sets of the Harry Potter movies to build that house to look like something out of Harry Potter. Did a pretty good job there on the left, right? Now, after construction was complete over there, he gave it to his niece as a wedding present. Those of you guys who are married, how many of you guys got a $20 million wedding present? This White House there used to belong to a famous mobster, Benjamin Bugsy Siegel, Al Capone's right-hand man. He still lived in that house on the left side. Over here on the right side, a little white house with the green trim. That's the Stranahan House, built back in 1901 by some of our city's earliest residents. Present day, it's actually a museum there. You can go take tours most days of the week. Esplanade Park. Some of the buildings in that park are among some of the oldest anywhere in the city of Fort Lauderdale. If you are looking over there, keep your eyes peeled. You never know who you're going to see in that park. We do see celebrities over there from time to time. There was a gentleman that used to come sit here in this park nearly every single night when he lived in South Florida. He was a basketball player. Played for the Miami Heat. His name was Shaquille O'Neal. Everybody knows Shaq, right? Now, Shaq never wanted to leave South Florida. When he did finally have to move on, he wanted to make sure that the people who lived down here never forgot him. One of the ways that he did that was by leaving us something to remember him by over here in the park. He left his chair over here. If you look up on the right side, just past the floating dock, you'll see a green chair with orange on top there. Yeah, that's Shaq's chair over there on the right side, just between those two light posts. They call this one the Confused Bridge. The reason they call it that, you see the two spans up in the air up there? Span on the left side with a sign on it is 4th Avenue. The span on the right side is 7th Avenue, and nobody really knows what happened to 5th or 6th Avenue. Now, of course, we're going to have to say hello to our bridge tender here at the Confused Bridge. Who are we saying hello to this time, guys? See, you guys are good. Mr. Johnson. It took my last group 5 bridges to figure that out, which is a problem because we only have 4. Another big wave to our friends over there on the left side. Thank God this bridge is almost up. I don't know if I can keep going with this. I'm running out of jokes. Anybody on the boat tonight visiting us from New Jersey? Anybody from New Jersey on the boat? Yeah, who cares? Oh, come on, I'm only serious. You got one of your neighbors over here on the right side, New Jersey, just on the other side of this first boat on the left. There's a little white sign in that backyard. It says, "Son of a Barber" from Pittman, New Jersey. And they have that barber chair in the backyard there. You got another thing that you can do by boat here in Fort Lauderdale. You can go tie up to that dock, hop off, go sit over in that barber chair. They will come out and cut your hair. Fort Lauderdale is the yachting capital of the world. This is called the Marina Mile. They have more capacity of doing skilled labor on yachts than any other city in the entire world. So anything that needs to be done, fiberglass work, metal work, electrical, like woodwork, pretty much anything that can be done, carpentry, can be done at these shipyards. Now as we go by these yards and we look at some of these yachts, there's an entire industry around yachting. And that's because yachting is pretty much the most efficient way to burn through money that anybody has ever thought of. That's about a 130-foot yacht. Nice yacht, right? Alright, not nice enough for you guys, clearly. How about this 4th yacht there? It's about a 200-foot yacht on the left, a little bit better. Now, a used yacht of that size is going to cost you somewhere between $20 and $22 million. So you just spent $22 million on your yacht. You're ready to go on a trip, right? No, nobody's going to be able to drive that yacht and maintain the systems on board without some very extensive training. For that, you hire a captain. Captains on those yachts are making about $1,000 per foot of the vessel per year. So if you have a 200-foot yacht, you're paying your captain $200,000 a year. You also need a chef and an engineer, each making $100,000 a year. On that boat, you'll need 4 or 5 deckhands. They'll be making sure the outside of your yacht is well taken care of. They'll be making each about $50,000 a year. You also need 4 or 5 hospitality crew. They'll be making sure the inside of your yacht is taken care of at all times. Same thing with them, $50,000 a year. We do have famous people that bring their yachts in here from time to time. One yacht that belongs to a famous person is called Her Honor. Who do you guys think owns the yacht Her Honor? Who said Judge Judy? Yes, absolutely correct. Now, I heard that Judge Judy makes $50 million a year to be Judge Judy. $50 million. That's a lot of money. I think I would be Judge Chris for $1 million. Very tall fixed bridge. You'll see the traffic going over the top. That's called I-95. You guys might have heard of it. Now, how many of you guys know what the I in I-95 stands for? Everybody always says interstate. Where do you guys get this from? But interstate's a good guess, but it's not actually true. The I in I-95 actually stands for incomplete. Yeah, it's going to be 95 years until they finish.
50-year anniversary to travel agency. All right. This gives me an opportunity to check back in with you folks to make sure that everything is going according to plan and that you're receiving everything that you came to the Jungle Queen to get. First things first, ladies and gentlemen, are you all having a great time? Everybody sing along with me. Good time.
Weeks and 2 days. That's how old he is. That's a horror article.
Look at the baby. He's so cute.
Yeah, watch it.
Mississippi, you owe me. Hey, 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 and say,
is the end of the island tour, and we board the Jungle Queen for a ride back. We have to say the tour was well narrated and entertaining. I would highly recommend the tour to friends and family. The cruise back was mostly to music, but again, a good way to see the lineup of impressive houses and even more impressive yachts. If you need any information on this cruise, see the description below. I hope you enjoyed it and you'll have a great day.